Shalom, Kohalo, Yahweh Bashem, Yahushua Hashem, Kakwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles of GMS, including the elders that came before them, taught us His truth. Shalom and salutations to all the brothers out pushing the word in truth and in sincerity, the hopeful elect tabernacle of David. I'm the brother Yahshua. I'm back with the WW3 Daily update. Let's start right here about the World War. Okay, this is Revelation 11 and 14. Second woe is past. It's World War II. And behold, the third woe cometh quickly. All right. World War III, which hasn't been declared yet, which may be any day now, depending on what old Vlad is about to do, and old G. All right, so let's watch this. Okay. For a quick update. This is WION, all right, Gravitas Live with Palki Sharma, which I believe is a Elamite, which is East Indian, some sort of, what do they call it, news show. So let's listen to what they have to say. All right, Gravitas Live with Palki Sharma. Chinese troops practice how to invade Taiwan. What does this have to do with World War III? Well, everybody needs computer chips, right? Especially to buy and sell in the New World Order, if you will. So that's a very big target, if you will, because Taiwan is the computer chip capital of the world, if you will. So let's just watch this. And notice how they keep bringing up Russia and what Vlad is doing and what Vlad is going to do, right? Because these are allies, all right? Xi and Vlad are in lockstep, all right? Keep that in mind. Here we go. Here comes a commercial, Salakia.
I've got a problem that I'm pretty...
Yeah, you do. You got a skeeter ball.
Good evening and welcome to Gravitas. I'm Palki Sharma Upadhyay. Let's get started. We're starting with China. It is preparing for war. Technically, nothing new. China is perpetually trying to grab land and resources of other countries. It is still locked in a border standoff with India.
With India.
Other countries face an economic or a political or a security threat from China. Taiwan faces an existential threat. China wants to take Taiwan. And now the Chinese military is conducting drills to invade Taiwan. Recently, they surrounded Taiwan with warplanes and warships. It's a scary prospect, something that Taiwan has long been bracing for. The Ukraine war has given the world a template. How much do Western allies step up to help if a powerful neighbor invades you?
Now, wait a minute. Western powers against just China or just Russia? No, this is the fomentation, if you will, of World War III. All right? China's waiting to see All right, and I mean, if Babylon, the United States, spreads themselves too thin, how are they going to go to war in Taiwan? All right, they're already fully invested in spending billions, right, in a war that they claim not to even be in. All right, so what's really going on? Do they even have the wherewithal, if you will? This is Rome. Okay, this is Rome 2.0. When I say that, I'm talking about the United States. All right, what happened to Rome? How did they fall? They spread their army too thin.
And what chances do smaller nations stand? The Taiwan question has long been debated, America's commitment to it has long been discussed. And just like it did with Ukraine, the US is offering weapons and moral support to Taipei. Is this the making of another war? On Gravitas tonight, we tell you about China's latest moves, Taiwan's response, and what it means for this world.
What it means for this World War III, okay, or NWL. This is what we see, the jockeying of position for the NWL. Everybody swore that they would move forward with it, but now it's a fight to see who's going to run this shit. Just like the mafia, if you will. All right? All the bosses are like this. Well, fuck that. I'm going to run this shit. All right? This is what we see on a large scale.
I've got a problem that I'm pretty.
Baldy, the eagle, the American eagle. Here we go.
The world's attention is on Ukraine and what Vladimir Putin will do next.
The world's attention is on the Ukraine and what Vlad will do next. So what else is going on? Listen close.
The world's attention is on Ukraine and what Vladimir Putin will do next. This war is affecting each one of us. Inflation is rising, shortages are growing, and everyone is being forced to pick sides.
By design, it's called the New World Order, right? But even in the New World Order, they're fighting. Okay? Who's going to run this shit? I'll let it play.
The world's attention is on Ukraine and what Vladimir Putin will do next. This war is affecting each one of us. Inflation is rising, shortages are growing, and everyone is being forced to pick sides. Can our world afford another war right now? And there's a reason why I asked this question. China could be preparing for war. The target is Taiwan. The People's Liberation Army is making dangerous moves. It held military drills near Taiwan. Now, we know that China has been holding such drills for a while, but this time it's different. This time, the Chinese were practicing how to invade Taiwan. Why are the Chinese indulging in such aggressive behavior? Thanks to the war in Ukraine, it's had some unintended consequences for China. The calls to protect democracy in Taiwan are growing louder. 3 recent events explain Beijing's desperation. But will they force China over the edge? Will China invade Taiwan? On Gravitas tonight, we'll discuss. First, let's tell you about the drills. The Chinese military conducted them recently. We cannot confirm the date, but they're believed to have taken place sometime last week. All branches of the PLA were involved. Today, China shared some details, and they sound alarming. The island of Taiwan was surrounded from both sides. The Chinese Navy deployed a powerful aircraft carrier, plus a large number of warplanes and warships, and conventional missiles. In other words, Taiwan was surrounded by the PLA, then they practiced maneuvers, the moves they could make during an invasion. And there's no doubt about the intention behind this exercise. The Chinese state media is spelling it out. Look at the Global Times. This is what it says. The PLA drill was a partial rehearsal of a possible reunification by force operation. The Chinese military practiced specific scenarios, like neutralizing Taiwan's military, like cutting the militaries of the US and Japan if they try to intervene. So they're preparing for all eventualities. Taiwan says China continues to pose a threat. Japan is sounding the alarm. It says Ukraine's plight could be replicated in East Asia.
についてですが、
With regards to Taiwan, peace and stability in the Taiwan Strait is critical not only for Japan's security but also for the stability of international society. Japan maintains its position to expect a peaceful resolution through dialogue to issues surrounding Taiwan, and the situation will be watched carefully from that
一
perspective.
貫した我が国の立場であり、
Japan says it is closely watching China. Beijing is not impressed. It has accused Tokyo of exaggerating and hyping the China threat.
日方频频借一些外交活动，
Japan has frequently taken advantage of some diplomatic activities to talk about China, exaggerate regional tensions, and hype the so-called China threat. Japan is doing this to find excuses for its own military expansion and to undermine mutual trust and cooperation among regional countries, which is not conducive to peace and stability in the region and is destined to be unpopular. China is firmly opposed to Japan's words and actions.
地区国家
Bold statements and provocative drills. Why do you think China is doing this, and that too in the middle of economic worries and a worsening pandemic? Is China feeling threatened? Well, we can think of three reasons behind China's latest outburst. The first one comes from the United States. The US State Department has made some changes on its website. Earlier, this website described Taiwan as a part of China. Well, not anymore. The website has a US-Taiwan relations page, and the updated version of this page does not say that Taiwan is a part of China. And this is not the only change. Earlier, there was a sentence that said the US does not support Taiwan's independence. Well, that too has been removed. Why is this news? Because the United States never officially supported Taiwan's independence. So these changes signal a shift. The US has spelled it out only on a website so far, but the message is quite clear. America is ready to back an independent Taiwan and arm it too.
There it is. You see where this thing is going, right? Okay, so we have Eastern Europe, that's a front. We have the Taiwan, China, that's a front. Okay, a theater, all right, if you will. What else do we have? We have Iran, Israel in the Middle East. That is the front, the Valley of Jehoshaphat or Yehoshaphat, where the real damage is going to take place very soon. What else do we have? Well, we got Kim Jong-un or Il, whatever this nigga's name is. He wants he wants Korea back. All right, just like China wants Taiwan back. They use the word unification drill, right? What does unification mean? Well, it means we want our land back. You guys are doing what you do. Okay, you covet fields. All right. Let's get that and we'll go ahead. Okay, so we clearly see what's going on. All right. This again. Hey, the third woe cometh quickly. Right now we got what? Wars and rumors of wars. You shall hear, but not yet. They haven't quite declared. It says the second woe, this is Revelation 11 and 14. The second woe is past. That's over. And behold, look, the third woe cometh quickly. It's not here quite yet, right? And this is going to tell you. Go to Matthew. Where are we in this thing? What's the chronology? Where are we at? Okay. When shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming and the end of the world? Matthew 11 and 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. Threats, reports, okay? News. And then it says, see that ye be not troubled. Why? For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. War ain't, they haven't declared it yet. We're right here. Wars and rumors of war. Okay? But it's coming. Okay? Cometh quickly. We're real close. All right? Why? What's going on? Micah 2 and 2. We should probably get, let's get one first. Woe to the house, Salaki. Woe to those who devise iniquity and plot evil on their beds. Who is that? That's you Edomites starting out. At morning's light, they accomplish it because the power is in their hands. You got the power to go fly into Afghanistan, bomb the shit out of it, right? Control, put your puppet government in, and then do what? And they covet what fields? Poppy fields. Computer chip fields in Taiwan. All right. What's going on in the Ukraine? Well, the people that are calling themselves the Jews, right, are over there claiming that land back. This used to be our land when we were the Khazars. All right? So they're repatriating, if you will. What are they doing? They're coveting fields and take them by violence. How did they get Afghanistan? How did they get Iraq and them oil fields? How are you able to build U.S. Army bases in Iraq? Because you went over there and bombed the shit out of it and you took it. What happened to the North American Indian? And they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage. Did you not take Taiwan? I mean, you didn't actually go and take it, but you went over there and annexed it, basically. Did the same thing over there in Ukraine, all right? You set up your little government over there. All right, do we have to go get that? Where's that at? I won't go into it. But I could if I had to. What's this? Look at this. Russia openly accuses Israel of supporting neo-Nazis. Where? In Ukraine. Why? Because the Israelis are they're sending their people from Israel back to the Ukraine. The Khazarian. What's that? What is this? Israel has reacted with anger to unforgivable comments and claims made by Russia's foreign minister, including that Adolf Hitler was Jewish. Well, he was. Schicklgruber. His real name is Adolf Schicklgruber. His mom was a Jew. And if your mom is a Jew, what does that make you? According to these people. All right? Sergei Lavrov made comments to try to justify Russia's portrayal of Ukraine as Nazi, despite the fact that its president is Jewish. Well, guess what? The Azov battalion, right? Who's the Azov battalion? I was going to save this, but apparently it's coming out now. And this is going to be long, and nobody's going to watch it because it's long. All right, so this video here goes back 7 years about the Azov battalion. And they're mentioning Nazis, and they're showing the Nazi insignia. Who is the Azov battalion?
Fighters from the
Okay. Well, the Azov battalion are Ukrainian fighters, and they are Nazis. They're going to deny it, but you can't deny it. Everything that is hidden will come to light. Let's watch a little bit of this. All right, this is Vice. Vice News, September 2014. Under fire with the Azov battalion. These are the ones that were pinned down over in Mariupol, right? In Azovstal, in the steel company, the steel plant, right? This is them in their fledgling years, getting funded by the U.S. All right. When you find out what's really going on over there, the United States been funding the Azov battalion, the Nazis, for 10 years. Okay. When you do your research, you're gonna find out America's funding the Nazis. All right. Plain and simple.
Сколько там? Ну, человек 200 было, нас бы там всех перехерачило. А кто бы город оборонял? Что там? Тихо, блядь! Бросить вас!
We're at the Ukrainian Azov battalion. It's one of the ultra-nationalist volunteer battalions that are now part of...
What does Nazi mean? They just said the nationalist, right? Nazi means National Socialist Party, right? And he just said that these people are nationalists. And see, back then they might not have had the swastika tattooed on them, but they do now. All right? It's 10 years later of fighting. All right? This same battle started way back when. So where's this thing going?
Azov battalion. It's one of the ultra-nationalist volunteer battalions.
Ultra-nationalist. Nazi stands for National Socialist Party. Look it up.
Now part of the Ukrainian armed forces. They're training up new recruits here today. And today is an important day for the new recruits because earlier today, President Poroshenko of Ukraine announced that there was a ceasefire, that he'd agreed with Russia. We want to find out what the members of this battalion think about the ceasefire because, for one thing...
See, right now, they got some of them got uniforms, some of them don't. They all got Kalashnikovs. All right? Look at them today, how well-funded and well outfitted they are.
Russia's already said that it hasn't agreed to one because it's not...
Look at this, Maersk. What is that? Isn't that a drug company, if I'm not mistaken? Who's funding these people?
The conflict, or so it claims, and the separatist forces have said they haven't made any agreements with Ukraine either. So it's not clear whether this is an actual ceasefire or whether these men are going to have to go back to the front and continue fighting.
Смотрите, буква И посередине, да, украинская.
Let's watch this closely. This is the black sun, right? And this is a newfangled, modified swastika, all right? When you understand what these insignia mean, all right, you can't really hide it, all right? Now, the term Nazi, this goes back 7 years, this is 2014. The term Nazi is going to come up and they're going to explain it. Why? Why are they having to dispel this notion of Nazism? Not only are you flying the flags, but you're having to, oh no, we have nothing to do with Nazis. And I bet you if a Negro went over there, they'd be calling, when the Ukrainians, the refugees, oh, we're sending refugees to America, and they might call you, if you're black, they might call you a nigger, so be ready for them. What? That was said openly in the press, in the news.
Continue fighting.
Смотрите, буква И посередине, да, украинская И. Идея нации переводится как это.
Did you hear him say Nazi? It did. Nazi. Listen close.
Идея нации переводится как этот символ. То, что он на что-то похож, вы же понимаете.
Sure, it may remind you of something else. Why are you explaining this shit away? Sure, it may remind you of something else. What? What might it? World War II, you mean? The Nazis? Russians fighting against Nazis? Well, this is World War III. Listen close and watch. Why are you explaining this away?
Смотрите, буква «и» посередине, да, украинская «и». Идея нации переводится как этот символ. То, что он на что-то похож, вы же понимаете, что Солнце круглое, оно похоже на что? На колесо, но оно же не является колесом.
То есть вы не считаете себя неонацистом?
Meaning, you don't consider yourself neo-Nazi, do you? Come on. Why do you even have to defend that? Well, maybe because you're wearing the signs and the signals of it. Right? And there's a bigger picture going on. Anyway.
Понимаете, что Солнце круглое, оно похоже на что? На колесо, но оно же не является колесом.
То есть вы не считаете себя неонацистом, грубо говоря?
Нет. Я больше, скажем так, сторонник демократии, нормального мирного решения. Мы все стали националистами или, скажем так.
The word Nazi stands for national. What is a nationalist? One that's about his nation. Okay. Ist. What does the word racist mean? It means you're for your race. What does nationalist mean? It means you're for your nation. Okay.
Почему? Потому что мы любим свою родину, в первую очередь.
Что вы думаете о том, что Порошенко сказал, что есть договор о перемирии с Россией, чтобы Россия...
Okay, enough. You want to watch that? Go back and watch it. Vice News, September 6, 2014, under fire with the Azov Battalion. All right, Russian Roulette 76. All right, so that's enough for today. As you can see, it's World War III. With that, we hope that the electorate edified, you brothers and few sisters. With that, we say shalom.